Welcome to DreamShare, a bi-weekly podcast where we talk about dreams, share dreams we've had, and figure out what they could mean. Though we don't always do that all of the time, 100% of the time, but it's always a fun time. So I'm your host, Sarah Strunk, and today I'm once again here with my brother and my co-host, Chris.
Hey, it's me.
You practiced that, didn't you?
I've been practicing that, yeah. I never know what to say.
If I were in your place, I wouldn't know what to say either.
Well, thank God you're not, right?
It's me.
It's me.
Literally today, I legitimately called DreamShare BrainShare. I was talking to Mom, and she was like, "What's your plans for today?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm just recording the podcast with Christopher today. I'm recording BrainShare." And she's like, "What?"
Oh, no.
I was like, "Oh, I mean DreamShare." So,
Oh, no. We forgot the old name of the podcast.
I forgot the old name of the podcast. I mean, sometimes we do talk about brains.
Oh, a lot of dreaming has to do with brains.
But not all brains have to do with dreaming.
I guess.
Anyway, today I am going to just picture this. Close your eyes.
Okay.
Picture in your head.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking you back to high school today.
Why are you doing this?
But don't worry, because I'm doing all the work.
Oh, I'm getting bullied.
But I'm going to be your presenter in your class, and I'm going to do a book report.
And one time when I went to high school, it was just awful. That one time.
That one time for 4 years, it was just not great.
It wasn't. When can I open my eyes?
Oh, you can open your eyes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I probably shouldn't have thrown people back to high school because it does not bring a lot of happy memories. But anyway, I just couldn't think of a transition to say that I'm going to do a book report today.
Okay, that's great. You probably could have just done that.
Yeah, you're right. I could have. But anyway, today we're going to be doing a book report. Not really a book report, actually, but a chapter report because, it's a lot easier to do a chapter report than a book report. So we're going to be talking about an interesting case study today about nocturnal eating or sleep eating. It's just like sleepwalking, but you eat.
Or sleeting.
Sleeting? Isn't that a weather condition?
Oh, yes.
Okay, well, sleep eating, I almost said sleeting right there, or nocturnal eating is actually, it can be quite dangerous because people who sleep eat have been known. Oh, what happened to my voice?
I don't know. You have like a frog in your throat or something.
Hold on. Nocturnal eating can actually be quite dangerous because people who have been known to nocturnal eat or sleep eat, whatever you want to call it,
Sleep.
have also been known to leave their stovetops on, start fires. They'll go back to bed. They'll wake up to smoke or like a stovetop fire. They're burning food. They've also been known to consume inedible foods, as well as things like raw meat, which you should not consume. You should properly cook your meat.
Wait, hold on, Sarah. When you say sleep eating, do you mean like the person is eating while they are sleeping?
Yes.
Okay, so they're like sleepwalking to the kitchen and making a meal and then eating the meal and then like going back to bed.
Yes.
Okay.
But anyway, this case study, it's really more of a story. It's from the book called The Nocturnal Brain, Nightmares, Neuroscience, and the Secret World of Sleep by Dr. Guy Leschziner, a consultant neurologist, sleep physician, and clinic lead for one of the largest sleep services in Europe, based in a hospital in central London. Whew, that was a mouthful. But basically, this guy knows what he's talking about. The book is a compilation of stories from his patients and their conditions, and we'll be focusing today on information just from chapter 11, which is called The Waking Effects of Coffee, about a man named Don who has a sleep eating condition.
Oh.
And I just want to preface this. It's just a quick warning for those who are listening that while we are coming from a scientific perspective, we will be talking about eating disorders in this section of the podcast. So if that's not something that you want to listen to, just do what you got to do.
Hey, future Chris here. If you want to skip this section and go straight to the dreams, you can jump to about 15 minutes into the podcast. Anyway, back to present day Christopher and present day Sarah.
All right, let's start. So Don, he's currently in his 60s, but he recalls that his sleep eating started in his 20s. So he's been doing this for 40 years.
Oh my God.
Which is insane. And he told Dr. Leschziner, I think that's how it's pronounced, out of 365 days a year, he sleep eats about 364.
How does he know?
Well, because his food goes missing. I'll get to it.
He could have rats.
He could have rats, but if it was published in the book about sleep disorders.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think there might have been some fact checking going along with Dawn.
All right, I'll believe you for now.
For now, yeah, of course. So he first discovered his sleep eating when he was living with roommates in his 20s, and they were also his coworkers. And food would just mysteriously go missing. So Don would wake up feeling bloated and ill, wrappers would be strewn about on the kitchen countertops, he would have a constant urge to go to the bathroom throughout the day, and he wouldn't feel able to eat again until around 5 p.m. the next day. But he also had no recollection of eating in the night. He had no recollection of candy wrappers, food wrappers, anything. He was like, it's not me. It can't be me. But once he put the puzzle pieces together and he figured out he was eating in his sleep, he took a couple steps to try to combat this. First, he tried shopping for two. So he would shop for day Don, and then he would shop for night Don, so that there would be enough food in his fridge that he didn't eat his roommate's food.
So this is not like he's just getting up and then having a snack. It's like, oh, I made prime rib at 3 a.m. last night and I ate it, and now I'm going back to bed.
But he's not even aware. He's like sleepwalking and just putting things in his mouth.
But it's like,
But it's like, well, I mean, mostly edible things, hopefully.
Legos.
Well, hopefully not Legos. But yeah, he has no recollection of eating. And he also has no limit, because if he's waking up feeling ill and bloated, he has no limit to what he's putting in his body, that he just can't digest it fast enough, the amount that he's eating.
Right. And it's not like he's awake. It's not like he can go, oh, I'm full now. He's probably just like, oh, this goes in the mouth and this goes in the mouth and this goes in the mouth and that goes in the mouth.
Yeah, exactly. So he figured out what Night Dawn, that's what we're calling him, liked to eat. So he bought that. So the things that Night Dawn liked was yogurt and dairy, which we'll also come back to a little bit later in this story.
Oh.
But they were easily edible foods. They were like easy to consume. But once that tactic failed, and not only was Don spending a ton of money on food for two people, even though he was one person, but he also was rapidly gaining an unhealthy amount of weight, so he needed to try something else.
Yeah.
He tried taking everything that was edible out of his house, but awoke the next morning to the taste of instant coffee grounds in his mouth. He also once found a bowl of his parrot's food, like the seed, covered in salad dressing in his kitchen.
Oh, Don.
I know. So even though he took out the edible foods, his brain was still like, okay, whatever we can eat, let's eat.
What?
So it's coffee grounds and birdseed with salad dressing. Like, we'll get into this a little bit as we go, but it's like a compulsion.
Yeah.
It's like a compulsive behavior.
Dang.
Yeah. He and his girlfriend also tried locking the fridge door shut, but she awoke in the middle of the night to find him, quote, stark naked, trying desperately to reach his arm through the crack of the fridge door to get something, end quote.
This man is determined.
Yes, but he has no control. It's like
Sleep Dawn is determined. Sorry.
Yes, Night Dawn, Sleep Dawn is
Night Dawn.
determined. Night Dawn. So when Dawn came to see Dr. Leschziner.
Just say Dr. L, Sarah.
Dr. L. Perfect. When Dawn came to see Dr. L, he'd already been to multiple doctors, and he actually already had been diagnosed with sleep eating. He wasn't going to Dr. L to be diagnosed with sleep eating. He was going because it was like his last resort of like, what do I do? And I mean, this kind of goes with the rest of the book, from what I understand, is they're all like extreme examples of cases where sleep diagnoses go very wrong. And maybe someday we'll do some more of these little book reports. So it's pretty obvious that Don has a sleeping disorder. However, slapping a name on it doesn't solve any of his problems. So here are some of the theories that Dr. L, proposed could be part of the reason for this.
I thought you were going to say Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri. No. Although, I wonder what he dreams about. It's probably like flames and burgers and paradise.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so one of the first theories, and I don't want to call them theories, but that's the closest word that I can think of, but these are just some possible causes of why Don is doing this. So the first one is that there's underlying psychological issues. Don's childhood was pretty rough, and they go into more detail in the chapter, but just to sum it up, his mother just up and left him when he was 8 years old, and he dealt with abandonment issues from both her and his father to a certain extent in his teenage years. He also developed difficult relationship with alcohol, and a lot of the times substance abuse can be one of the causes of sleeping disorders, although it ranges. He also had a milk allergy as a baby from when he was 0 to 9 months old, something which his mother never forgave him for.
What?
He couldn't drink her milk when he was a baby, but after 9 months, he was able to drink milk, but it was like, he kind of was like almost rejecting her. Like he had a milk allergy to her milk.
Oh my God.
Anyway, so she held it against him. Again, she was the one who abandoned him.
Yeah, she doesn't sound like a great mom.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like there's a lot of... Anyway, the theory is that because he was so deprived of this as an infant, is that that's what his subconscious is going for while he's eating. So he's going for that dairy and yogurt and those sorts of things. It's very Freudian. It's very wish fulfillment.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what was proposed by some of the doctors, including Dr. L. Number 2 is genetic factors can have a play in this. So when asked about possible eating disorders and his relationship with food during the daytime, Don claimed that it was normal. However, his mother had issues with alcoholism and Don's daughter has an eating disorder. So it's apparent that these things could run in the family. And the interesting part is that the reason why they asked Don about his relationship with food during the daytime is because sleep-related eating disorders are more common in people who are diagnosed with eating disorders. And over 15% of patients in the hospital with an eating disorder do this, like sleepwalking eating at night in the hospital.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. And then the third reason, it could be chemical. So Don's brain chemistry could have a play in the metaphorical, like, itch, quote unquote, that needs to be scratched. So some part of his brain needs to eat at night, like while he's unaware of it, to get some sort of chemical satisfaction, similar to the compulsive elements of some eating disorders.
Does this have a happy ending?
No.
What?
Well, okay, so in the end, there's unfortunately no easy cure for Don and his nocturnal eating. It mentions at one point in the chapter that there was like a year, and I don't know when. I think it was when he was married to his wife. I'd have to go back and look because I didn't take like thorough notes on it. But there was a year where it had stopped, but they couldn't figure out why. They couldn't figure out if it was like part of a medication, if his brain was getting that chemical from something else. Like they couldn't figure out why it had stopped for that year. But it did stop for a year, but then it kept going and it hasn't stopped since, at least since the book has come out.
Well, that sucks.
So yeah, it's a bummer for Don and those loved ones around him who have to wake up to the naked arm reaching into the fridge. But I do think there's a lot of interesting components to this case study, and I just really wanted to share it. But I will leave this fun fact, which was more of a fun book report thing. With that, it's probably most likely a combination of the psychological and chemical and genetical, is that a word? Genetical factors, which are most likely the cause of it. So I just want to conclude with reading the last paragraph from the chapter, because I think it really just kind of wraps it up.
Oh my God.
Sleep is so dependent on biological and psychological factors. Your genes, your anatomy, your brain chemistry, but also the stresses and strains of life, your mood, your anxiety levels, your state of mind. It cannot be seen in isolation, only in the greater context of someone's life. And if that's the case with sleep in general, it's certainly the case with disorders of sleep too. So Dr. L is basically just saying that so many different factors can affect your sleep. Even if you don't have a sleep disorder, your brain, your body, everything still affects your sleep. Like I think last episode you mentioned sleeping on a different side of the bed could switch it up for a night. Like so many things. Sleep is such a delicate process that we don't understand a ton about. So I just think it's interesting to go into these scenarios and learn about them.
Actually, I did switch the side of my bed that I was sleeping on recently, like a week and a half ago or something like that. And I have been sleeping different.
Wow.
I've been sleeping worse.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe you should switch back.
I think I'm going to switch back.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. But again, if you who are listening, if you want to check out the Nocturnal Brain, Nightmares, Neuroscience, and the Secret World of Sleep by Dr. Guy Leschziner, we will link it in the description below. I highly recommend it, and I think we'll probably do some more little case studies throughout the next, I don't know, whenever. We'll probably do some more.
Yeah, that was really cool, Sarah.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like I did my homework this week.
Yeah, I feel like you did your homework too.
I feel pretty put together. Okay, wait. Since this is a book report, what grade would you give me?
I'll give you an A.
Woohoo! And a sticker.
Okay, yes, and a sticker. What sticker do you want? A DreamShare sticker?
Ho, ho, ho. Wow, nice plug there. If you want a DreamShare sticker,
send us a dream. And when you send us a dream, say, hey, give me that sticker.
And we will give you a DreamShare sticker.
Somehow.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, if you want a DreamShare sticker, please let us know.
And send in your dreams.
DreamShare, BrainShare.
Oh, we should have a BrainShare sticker.
I also thought maybe eventually in the future we could have a sticker that just says whoosh.
Oh, yes. Weesh.
Anyway.
Well, Sarah.
Well, Christopher.
Now that you've got your sticker, you've got your grade, why don't we shift gears and talk about some of our dreams?
Vroom, vroom.
What was that?
That was me shifting gears.
Okay, you don't know what that sounds like, do you?
No, I was imagining that in an automatic car.
Can we do an episode where you have to do the sound design? Because I'd be very interested in what you come up with.
You want to share your dream today first?
Yes, I can share my dream first. It's a shorter dream, so it won't take too long. Are you ready to whoosh?
I'm ready. I've upped my game. I've been practicing.
You've been practicing your whoosh game?
Yes. Yes, I have.
That's good. I have not. All right, ready?
All right.
3,
Yep.
2, 1. Whoosh. Oh, wow, you really have been practicing.
I really have.
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
So I had some psychology homework that I needed to do. And I think I was in a library. Shh. The assignment was to submit a type of story or something like that. But it didn't matter because I didn't have time to do that because I was busy making an exoskeleton suit that would allow you to carry a table and a chair so that anywhere you go, you could have a desk. And they would both be really light, so you could just like stand up, pick up your table and chair, and carry on with your life. Super convenient, right? Except it was powered by toads.
What?
What do you mean what? It was powered by toads.
Okay.
So I'm in the library, and I've got a prototype of the suit that I'm testing it with my dad.
Oh, I can sit anywhere? Cool.
But the table and the chair were too heavy. That's why it's a prototype. So he just kind of fell over. And then the toads got loose. Also, everyone from my psychology class was deathly afraid of toads, so they were all freaking out. And my dad's stuck on the floor.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
And there were toads everywhere, and it was just chaos. Oh my god, toads! So in conclusion, don't use toads as a power source.
Wow. Wait, okay.
Yeah.
First of all, I like that you were like in psychology class. I was like, wow, we're sticking with the school theme today.
Yeah, not exactly.
But then you turned into this inventive thing. I mean, Shark Tank is calling your name.
Oh my god, that's a great idea. I don't know.
The doors on Shark Tank, they go, welcome Christopher Strunk. And then you walk in with you're sitting at your table. You walk up to your spot and then you sit down at the desk and you go, you wouldn't think this desk would be powered by a certain something, would you? And all the judges are like, what is this kid going on about? And then you turn to the side and you're like, this desk is toad powered.
Oh my god.
I'd bet you'd get an investor.
I hope so. It was like half an exoskeleton. So it was like, it had an arm, and on the arm, the table would like fold out, and then it had on the left, like the left arm and left leg is where the table and chair were, and the chair would unfold from your left leg as you sat down, and the table would just like pop out, and then you could just sit and have a desk anywhere you wanted, and it would be like that would be so convenient.
Wait, I'm sorry, I was caught. I think you said left egg, and it made me laugh in my head.
Oh my god, left leg. Anyway, this would be super convenient.
No, I think that's a great idea. I mean, while we mentioned wish fulfillment in this episode already, I feel like that's a great dream for wish fulfillment. I mean, you got a wish. Your wish is to sit down anywhere you want, have a desk.
Yeah.
You need to do a little writing. You need to do a little whatever. You got it.
Yeah, you could do anything.
Except what's it called? The prototype? That was too heavy.
Yeah, that was too heavy.
I just imagine like dad like stuck on the floor.
He was
like
stuck on the floor.
A turtle on upside down.
He was lopsided. Like he was like, because it was too heavy on the left, so he was stuck and the toads were going everywhere.
How is it powered by toads? Like, did they walk? You don't have to like squish them for energy.
No, they just kind of were chilling in a chest harness, and when he fell, the chest harness like opened up. It was almost like a hamster ball taped to your chest, but it was filled with toads. And it wasn't like a ton of toads.
Oh.
It was like 2 toads that were hanging out. But then when they got loose, there were hundreds of toads. So I don't know where all those toads came from.
You know what happens when 2 toads tango?
I do not. But that brings up a good question. Can you actually use toads as a power source?
Oh my god. Welcome to this episode of Mythbusters.
So I tried to find out if you could actually use toads as a power source. I just Googled it. And the answer was no, I think. It was actually not as clear as I thought it would be. There's an article on ScienceDaily.com called Frogs, Foam, and Fuel, Solar Energy Converted to Sugars. And it's about creating a more efficient process for photosynthesis. First of all, I don't know what that means because I thought that was a plant thing, but scientists are apparently trying to make it more efficient. So they used frog enzymes to make an artificial photosynthetic material. I also don't know what that means. Also, I just realized it says frogs and not toads.
Oh.
They're pretty close though.
There's probably people out there who are like, frogs and toads are different. And I get it. I get it. Listen, I get it. But I do not know the difference. I don't know. A frog is like ribbit and a toad is like, brr. I mean, maybe the toads are a little flatter. Like frogs are a little bit more agile than toads because I feel like toads always look like little lumps of rock. But that's my difference that I see.
Well, Sarah, I actually have some toad facts pulled up here.
Oh my god, this is not DreamShare anymore. This is ToadShare.
Welcome to ToadShare, everyone. All right, so these toad facts come from sciencekids.co.nz.
New Zealand!
Yes, I'm pretty sure it's New Zealand, and if there's anybody I trust with toads, it's New Zealand.
Yes, I agree.
So, the first fact we'll talk about is, while toads and frogs are biologically the same, there are some key differences. Toads are associated with a drier, wart-covered, leathery skin and shorter legs than frogs. They also can't live further away from water. So there's the difference, maybe.
That's like turtles and tortoises.
Oh, yes.
The guy who put like a tortoise in the water. Tortoises can't swim.
Yeah, don't put tortoises in the water.
No.
The second fact I have here, toads are found on all continents except Antarctica, and are also not present on isolated islands like New Zealand, New Guinea, and Madagascar. Okay.
Wait, they're not present on New Zealand, but you just said you trusted New Zealand with this information.
Yeah. So maybe we find a different toad fact source.
Oh my god. We are like deep off of the train tracks right now, but it is okay.
1 second, Sarah. Let me get some more toad facts.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so these toad facts come from DickinsonCountyConservationBoard.com, which is in Iowa. It's on the border of Iowa and Minnesota.
I bet there are toads in Iowa.
There are toads because there's a video by Ashley who works there and she's holding a toad. So
whoa,
they definitely have toads. So the only interesting one, well, there's 2 interesting ones. Toads taste bad. Don't lick them. But the more interesting one is toads don't actually ribbit.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's like a sound effect on their website. No, they like sing or something like that. I mean, that's how they were here.
I am a toad. I am a toad.
Yeah, that's actually exactly what it's like. So I don't even need to play the sound effect.
Perfect. I mean, I wouldn't know. I'm not a toad, but
That's true. Here, let me play the sound effect for you.
okay. Sounds like a cricket.
It does kind of sound like a cricket. I do think it's less of a ribbit, more of a singy song, kind of.
It is more of a singy song. Honestly, that noise is what I've used in I have a little app that's like, help fall asleep. And you can play like beautiful nature sounds or waves or white noise or whatever you need to get in the sleep zone. And I feel like toad noises could be on there.
It's like calming. Well, that was really good. Well,
Okay, the ending, it cut off.
Okay.
I had a little frog in my throat.
Nice. I don't know if you caught that, but earlier in the episode, when you coughed, I said, oh, do you have a frog in your throat? That was foreshadowing for the toad facts.
Oh my god.
I am a genius, I know.
Big brain.
I have a big brain.
Well, I mean, I also have an animal-themed dream today that
Do
I
you
can
really?
share. Yes.
Is it about toads?
No, it's not about toads, but it has you in it too. All right, so I'm ready to whoosh again. Are you?
All right, for your dream, we're whooshing for your dream.
You're whooshing for my dream.
I'm just clarifying.
Yep. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Whoosh. Wow, that's good.
Thank you. I was with my dad and Christopher, and they rented an ostrich for a party.
Ostrich! Ostrich!
I had to help walk the ostrich back to the house because they couldn't drive it. It was too big for the car. Then, I was no longer at the party, and I drove my car to get to someone's house, another errand, I presume. And this lady, out of nowhere, jumped on the roof of my car. She was crazy and wearing red Crocs, a very important part of this dream. Not really, but anyway. I must have seen through the windshield, though, because she was on top of the car.
I'm crazy and I'm wearing red Crocs.
So I stopped the car and she wouldn't get off of it. She just clung on there. She was clamped to my roof, staring at me through the windshield.
Hello?
I just stared at her back. I probably also screamed. I couldn't move fast because my foot was all of a sudden broken.
Ouch!
Which I don't even know how I could drive. But anyway, it all made sense. I called for help, but the phone wasn't ringing and there was no one on the street to witness this lady in the red Crocs on top of my car.
I sure do love my Crocs. Hoo 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 hoo. Ha ha ha. Wow.
Where did the ostrich go?
I don't know. I guess I dropped it off. I was just walking the ostrich and then I was like in a car. And then the lady in the red Crocs was like, hiya!
She's just stomping on the roof of the car?
Yeah, well, she was like laying there. Like she was like I saw her shoes.
Oh, she's just napping?
Well, no, she like.
Did you hit her?
No. She like came from above. Like she just dropped down.
Oh.
And then like I could see her face through the windshield and I think I could see her Crocs through the side windows, but she was just like attached to the car. Like I imagine it was like she dropped down and then it was like I screamed and then she screamed and then I screamed and then she screamed and then we just stared at each other.
And then we all screamed for ice cream.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know what kind of party you and Dad were having, but if it required an ostrich,
That must have been a cool party.
it must have been.
But yeah, why the red Crocs?
You know, I don't know. I think it was a sign of threat.
Oh, because the Crocs are normally like so welcoming and like comfy, and then but they're red, like evil.
This lady had him in sport mode. She was ready to attack.
She had them in sport mode.
With the little heel thing was on.
Yeah, she went bloop.
I mean, those Crocs were not going anywhere.
You gotta watch out. As soon as someone puts their Crocs in sport mode, you know something's about to happen.
One of my friends also calls sport mode attack mode. So you have like relaxed mode and attack mode, which is a little bit more threatening than sports mode.
Yeah, it is, but sports mode is more vague.
Yes, yeah. I think in this lady's case in my dream, I think we'll call it sports mode. Because, you know, when you're jumping on someone else's car and you're just screaming at them, it's a sport.
Is it?
Questionable. Well, anyway, in our final segment of the podcast, we'll share a dream submitted from someone in the DreamShare community. So this dream comes in from Jack, who writes, whoosh. He literally wrote whoosh in the email. So he said, the other night I had a dream in Python, not the snake, which is what I thought it was, the programming language, which I assume just has a lot of numbers in it.
There's letters.
Oh, and letters.
It's just code. Code's not just like 10. Well, I guess on a basic level, it's 1010, whatever, binary. But I don't know anything about this. So anyway, continue.
Anyway, so back to Jack's dream. He said, I don't remember much other than my field of view was just the lines of code, and I couldn't figure out a bug in the code. I also think a combination of 3 of my friends were all there, but only their voices. I've spent many hours coding with all of them, so it makes a little sense. I have 3 very plausible explanations for this. 1, it was a glitch in the Matrix. I agree, Jack. I also think there are many glitches in the Matrix, as I mentioned in previous episodes.
Wait, are we in the dream now, or wait.
I think he's explaining it now.
Okay, whew, that was a glitch in the Matrix.
Whoa, that was a glitch in the Matrix. Another very plausible explanation for this dream is that maybe he should stop staying up until 4 a.m. coding. Jack, that is past our bedtimes.
I would agree with Sarah, except for the fact that I also stay up till 4 a.m.
Jack, that is past my bedtime.
Okay.
I don't know, you can do what you want, but I'm gonna go to bed.
Listen, that's when the creative juices flow.
It's true. I woke up the other night out of a dream that I couldn't remember, but my brain instantly went, oh, good, you're awake. Let's talk about this idea you had. And I was like, no, brain, I'm trying to sleep. And it said, no, but you're awake now. Well, like, you're awake. We can think about it. I'm like, no, please go back to sleep.
We have things to do, Sarah.
We have things to do. Oh, and then the third very plausible explanation for this is that Jack thinks that he should just keep coding even more, even harder, which I don't know. You should take what you like in your dreams and in your real life, and you should do it. Follow your dreams. Hashtag DreamShare.
Yeah, I'm going to get a toad.
Oh, but then the best part is Jack wrote in his email, star emoji, unwhoosh, star emoji.
Oh my God. Do we have to start doing that? That's such a good idea.
Unwhoosh. I feel like we have a little bell.
Yeah, we have the ding.
We have like the little bell, but maybe we should start going unwhoosh.
We'll do unwhoosh for an episode or something.
Okay. Well, anyway, thank you, Jack, for not only your dream, but also the whoosh and unwhoosh. The attention to detail is just divine. So if you have a dream that you want to share, you can email us at dreams.dreamshare@gmail.com. We might read your dream on the podcast and also send you a sticker.
We probably will.
We probably will send you a sticker.
And reach your dream.
Woo! You can check us out on Instagram at DreamShare Podcast. And if you liked what you heard today, share it with someone you love or someone you hate.
Or just like.
Or someone. Anyway, so you can follow us for more updates and more DreamShare podcasts. As always, thanks for tuning in and sweet dreams.